Alright, GMK, we're gonna toughen you up today. You see that child back there? I need you to go scare the crap out of him.
But what happens if I make him cry? Then I'm gonna get teary-eyed.
Now stop that. You see, this is your problem. Everybody just thinks of you as a joke on this channel. We need to make you to the kaiju that you're meant to be. And you need to go over there and make him wet his pants.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, sweet mother of Adora.
I hope he's not actually going through with this.
Try again, stupid!
I'm sorry about that. No, it's okay, really. You don't have to continue. Oh my god, that was actually scary. But I need to show them that I'm not afraid. Detroit! Why would you name something after Detroit? Smash! Huh, nothing seemed to happen. Why'd you have to hit me like that? Oh god, I'm so sorry.
It's okay, you really don't have to be.
Here's a look at Super Report Reviews. My name's Steven Tabagarn with the Figma number 323, My Hero Academia Midoriya Izuku. If you guys haven't seen the anime, it's easily my newest favorite shonen anime that has come out in a while. You can find it on Crunchyroll if you guys want to check it out on there. It's also on Hulu. If you guys just want to purchase the first season, you can get it on Right Stuff. Same with the manga, which I've actually been buying the manga and thoroughly enjoying that. So link in the description if you guys want to go check out Right Stuff, because they got it available right now. But we're here for the action figure, which the main reason I picked this up is, just like I said, easily one of my newer favorite animes that has come out. Love the characters in it. Really love the art design. It's one of the main reasons I've been picking up the manga. It's just very unique. Especially compared to what some people might want to put this next to as One Punch Man, because they're both superhero animes. But personally, I actually kind of prefer this one. I know, like, One Punch Man is, like, silly and over the top, but this is more like traditional shonen with a bunch of twists in it on the whole superhero genre, and I just kind of appreciate that a little bit more. Then I just like the fact that the kid actually hurts himself and has to try to do his moves. Granted, the newer one, you know, I'm not even gonna spoil it. If you guys want to, just go check it out yourself. So anyways, we're just gonna get into this figure. So without further ado, for the packaging, pretty much your traditional Figma package here with the green on the top to kind of match the color for his jumpsuit on the inside. You have some black hair on the bottom. You got the My Hero Academia logo, 323. On this side, you just get him doing like a little kind of pose. 323. Top of the packaging, exact same pose. Other side, getting ready to punch somebody in the face. Back of the packaging just shows him in a bunch of dynamic poses. Him with his Delaware smash. A bunch of stuff we can't understand. And more of him on the bottom. So let's get it open up out of his cardboard prison. Alright, so now that we have Midoriya, or Deku. Might just call him Deku for the rest of this review. It's so much easier. Now that we got him opened up out of his cardboard prison, first we're going to go over his accessories, starting with his Figma stand, which he also comes with a Figma bag, which this one's actually kind of weird than what I'm used to. It's slightly different because you have the Figma logo on the bottom here, pretty traditional, but it's like glossy and very translucent. It's a little odd, but you do get a bag to store all your accessories in. And also the Figma stand here, so that if you're worried about your Deku figure tipping off of your shelf, you can secure this right to his back here, where you have a peg hole on the center portion of his back in between his shoulder blades. You're just going to want to line this up, and then when you insert it in, you're going to want to, looks like you're going to want to go straight into there. And sometimes when you're like first putting these in, it's a little bit hard, but come on. There we go. Once you get it in, you'll feel it go in there securely. So now we have Deku. Understand, he is definitely not going anywhere on this thing. So it's really cool to see the stand included, especially if you want to get him into like more aerial poses, which is going to be really hard for me to do on the fly. But you get my point. Right? He also comes with 3 faces total, which what you get is his standard pretty happy face that comes right on the figure. When you want to swap out your faces, it's hidden in there actually pretty well, but you're going to want to pull out the front section of his weird spiky fro. You just grab it right around here, pull it out, then you're going to do the same thing for his face. It's going to come straight out from the back of the head. really simple to do. And then you grab your face sculpt, which for the next one, super angry face, which where'd the bang go? Which looks actually really sweet. This is probably going to be the one I'm going to be using, especially if they release Kazuki. I'm definitely just going to have them duking it out, which also makes me sad about this figure, but we'll go over that in a second. But the face is really cool. Really like the overall menacing appearance. Has his clenched teeth, frowning eyebrows. It looks awesome. Also want to point out too, removing this, is on the side of the head there, there's actually sideburns. Super awesome. And then for his last face, we have his worrying, slightly scared expression. With his open, very quivering mouth. You got the little worried lines underneath his eyes. Looks really sweet. And then for said face, he comes with a decal sheet if you want to add little sweat beads onto this expression, or even possibly on the other faces if you really wanted to. I don't really want to take any of these sweat beads off. They do give you quite a bit to mess around with, but I personally don't really want to put sweat beads on this, but it's for the review. We got to do it. So how you do that is you can literally just go over the top of this. These slide off pretty easily, it seems. And it'd probably be easier a little bit of tweezers, but getting it on my finger there. I'm just going to apply it to the side of the face here, so I will be right back after I finesse this onto there. And it is much easier to do this if you take out the face, but as you can see, now we got our little sweat bead on Deku here. And I'm just going to reattach his head on. I think it's on my waist. Yes, it is. Just to show you guys what it looks like with the sweat bead on the side of his head. As you can see, you can still see it. So if you want, you can go whole ham crazy and put a crap ton of them on him. But for now, I am satisfied with the one. And then he comes with his little smiling visor, which I kind of wish he came with the top of his head. I'm not gonna lie. The entire like bunny mask little gimmick that he had, like the homage to All Might. Sadly, he doesn't have it. But yeah, so you gotta remove his head. In order to get the visor on, you slide it over the neck, and then you just push the head back on. When you're going to be wanting pulling out, so, I tend to twist ever so slightly just to get it out. But pushing it back on, you just go straight down onto the neck here. But yeah, looks really good with him. Like, it's something that his getup needed in order to really be more anime accurate. It's just I kind of wish there was the option to give him the full mask. Also, he really needed to come with some kind of torn arm for when he's doing One for All. That would have really actually made this figure really stand out. Because his only other accessories is he comes with these slightly unclenched fists, which look like they're for grabbing something, but there's absolutely nothing to grab. Nothing at all. And then he comes with a pair of actual fists for wreaking havoc on villains and crying kaijus of sorts. He has his giant open and relaxed Mickey Mouse hands for grabbing onto his arms or just making random poses, whatever you need him to do. And then finally he has his Delaware Smash, which is probably my favorite of the hand accessories. The only thing that's kind of weird though is that this finger looks like it was attached after the fact, which I get why. It's just that part seems to show up pretty well, but it's not that distracting though. But still really cool. Again, would have been great if maybe he had some kind of effect for his One for All. But yeah, for a closer look at his details, we already gone over his faces, but for his hair looks actually really solid. Like all the little spikes is it's kind of like a fro, not gonna lie. But the green coloring on it's really nice. I like that it transitioned into a darker color towards his veins. You got his little mask here, which is again really nice to see on this figure. Especially with his scuba suits or whatever his mom made this out of. I can't 100% remember at this point in time, but yeah, it was like handmade by his mom, and that's why he has like the whole homage to All Might kind of built into it. Same with like his little elbow pads here, which are a little bit hindering for the articulation, but still really cool to see on here because it is very anime accurate. The suit is overall done in a teal green with some gray here for some stripes for added detailing throughout the back. Got a little bit of wrinkling here on the back of the suit. And overall, like, it's pretty basic. Kind of reminds me a lot of Kick-Ass, but he does have like a little utility pouch here with some seatbelt clickers to help hold it in. Not sure what he actually has holding in his pockets. That is definitely a mystery there. You got his knee pads here on his legs, done in a black coloring just like you see on his elbows. He has his gigantic sneakers on the bottom of his feet with some detailing on the undersection of the soles, which is done in a nice little off-white color. The shoes are done in a more traditional red, just like you see on his utility belt. And yeah, that's pretty much it for his details. Like, there's not really too much really going on his body, because it's not a very exciting superhero costume, but it works for our Deku here. And for his articulation, his head can look about that far, down about that far, can rotate all the way around, has I think a little bit of a wiggle to it. Yep, a little bit of wiggle. Shoulders has a nice little rotation there. Arms can rotate all the way around, go about that far, down about that far. And yeah, a lot of this here, there is quite a bit of gapping there, but you can fix it with a little bit of adjusting. Just when you're articulating him, you're going to have to set his shoulder back into place. But for his elbow, can straighten up about that far, bends in about that far, which isn't the best for a Figma, but with the elbow pad here and all the added detailing here, it just tends to hinder it a bit, but what you gonna do? For his hands, can rotate all the way around, can move up and down. Depends on which way you have it, because this is like a little swivel joint here. Then for his back, can go backwards about that far, forwards about that far. A little bit of a side to side and nice rotation there as well. Legs can go out about that far, inwards about that far. Pretty nice forward kick. Not the craziest back kick. Same with the bend at the knee. Not the craziest, but with the knee pads there, not going to get too much better there either. At least in terms of designing it. Like, I can't really see how they could have really fixed that without really getting drastic with that joint there and just making it look hideous. So the articulation like still works really well for me for these two areas. You get most of the poses that you want out of it. Feet can rotate all the way around and can pivot back and forth. And some articulation at the toes. And for some quick comparisons, and I guess we'll start with a big one here with some Figma figures. With the female Guyver 2, and one of you guys have been requesting for freaking ever, is the Giant of Light. I forget what the animated shorts, well not the animated, but the live action short's called. But it's based off of the characters from Nausicaa and Valley of the Wind. And here's some older Figma figures with Rei Ayanami from Neon Genesis Evangelion, and the casual school Madoka figure from Puella Magi Madoka Magica. And here's some Revoltech figures with the Vector Kane and Jehute from Zone of the Enders. And this is totally not the Revoltech Baragon you guys have been requesting for since pretty much the channel started. Finally got one. Also got Mogiro and Rodan, but yeah, you have to give me some time for those. And I don't generally buy a lot of Funko Pop figures, but these were super cool when I seen them, which is the Armored Titan and the Female Titan from Attack on Titan. So overall, the Figma My Hero Academia Midoriya Izuku figure, I actually still like this figure a lot. I wish it would have maybe came with a little bit more accessories though, because in terms of like detail, paint job, and articulation, the figure is still very nice. But compared to a lot of other Figmas, I feel like it's just lacking a little bit in the accessory department. Like, it maybe could have used an extra arm for some damage effect, or even for him acting out the One for All, or even an extra head sculpt just so he could have the weird bunny helmet thing that was going on that first season. So with that being said, I feel like this figure is more for somebody that's just really into My Hero Academia. Like, for just a passing by fan of the show, you could probably skip out on this release. But if you're a pretty diehard fan like myself, then this guy is a must-have figure. But what do you guys think? If you guys picked up the Figma Deku, who's your favorite character in My Hero Academia? Or is One Punch Man just more your thing? Please let us know in the comments. We'll have a closer picture of this guy on our website if you want to click the link description below. We also have a Patreon account if you guys would like to help support the channel, also down in the description. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today, and see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.